so nervous because I don't have my script.
Okay, I'm going to try moving the mic away a little bit. Oh my god. I literally was filming and I didn't even realize I wasn't actually recording. So this is a testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
I spent a lot of time thinking what I wanted to make this channel be about. I think it's kind of going to have a few different aspects to it, and hopefully you guys will be on board with that, because if not, I will probably cry.
It doesn't look the same way that it does on
video here. This is why I've been avoiding doing this, to be truthful. I don't remember what I was talking about. I have told myself that I need to film this exact video for the past 6 months. And this is me facing my fear and tackling that and just doing it. So it might be a little messy, it might be a little disorganized, but it's gonna be done and it's gonna be out there in the stratosphere. And hopefully it'll get easier from here on out. I always do this. I forget to actually record my streams like myself so that I could save the clips for later, and I just realized that I started the first 10 minutes or 5 minutes of this stream without recording. I still plan to eventually stream some video games because I'm awful at them, and I would love to share in my awfulness with you guys as we stumble through digital life together. I'm stepping on wires, and it gives me the worst sensory annoyance and stuff. Okay, we're charging. Is it because I move around too much? Is that why it's like going out of focus? I need to stay still. Hopefully the audio sounds okay. I'm always going out of focus though. Why? There's not even anything else in focus. Okay.
Today I feel tired, lonely, sad. I feel myself resorting to old behaviors that I know aren't healthy. I find myself not really having motivation, just being exhausted, being more irritable than I know myself to be, and just generally not having the patience that I usually used to have. There's just been so much going on in my personal life, and it's really hard to sort through it all and make sense of it, and I just feel myself drowning in it. I don't find myself wanting to do anything that I used to want to do anymore. I used to love drawing, and I still dabble here and there, but I look at my tablet and I see it, and I just stare at it and don't get anything done. And I have all these ideas and never follow through with any of them. I don't know, maybe I used to be able to handle it better. It never feels like it's too much in the moment when I'm doing it. Like, it feels like it's doable, but it definitely isn't, because it's not working, and I just wind up feeling exhausted. I keep feeling like I don't have any time for myself. Never have any time to be by myself, to explore those creative hobbies and outlets and stuff that I used to explore. But then whenever I do get time to myself, I honestly just want to sleep, and I don't wind up doing any of the things, like even playing video games. Like, I used to love playing video games, and I have a bunch of video games that I haven't finished that I really enjoy, and I just haven't had the energy to, or desire or motivation to, like, play them, because I don't really have things right now in my life that I feel like are worth living for, which sounds way more depressing than how I actually feel. Like, it's not like that serious. Like, I'm not going to go, kill myself or anything like that, but it just kind of feels like I'm living life in a blur and not really for any purpose, like, myself. And I think that's like a thing in general that I need, is to like rediscover my confidence in myself. I don't have that anymore. In 5 years from now, it'll probably be crystal clear what I should do.
If you find yourself being overwhelmed with too many choices and too many options, just kind of get in tune with remembering the reason why you want to start the venture that you're starting. Like, remember your why. Because I think along the process of starting a really big project or endeavor, it can be really exhausting getting like so stuck in those nitty-gritty details, right? Like, it can be really exhausting. So
I look back to myself when I was in high school, and I was a completely different person than I am now.
I have always known that I wanted to do something in the creative fields. I never really cared about money per se, and I always realized or knew that I would rather be a starving artist than a successful person who was miserable at their job. I saw a lot of elders in my life when I was younger experience that, and I just didn't think it was for me. I always was creative ever since I was a child, ever since I was old enough to walk. I was creative in some way, whether it was drawing, singing, acting, mimicking, writing, whatever it was. I always wanted to express myself through creativity.
Interesting.
It must be the way his hair is. And his hair blows out when it rains.
Goes out, right? Because it's
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Along the way, as many of you know, life gets complicated and it gets difficult. I've had a lot of things happen in my life. I mean, who hasn't? But this past year, I was actually diagnosed with, I can't even say it. This past year, I was actually diagnosed with complex PTSD due to childhood trauma. And honestly, it was a huge shock to me, which I'm sure the people who know me could probably have guessed this. Especially those who have known me for many years have known I haven't always had the best relationship with my parents and family. I've had a lot of things that have kept me from expressing myself throughout my life. I also used to get bullied when I was younger. Who wasn't, especially if you were into anime in the 90s. As awesome as it is that it's cool now, it totally scarred me for life being into that stuff openly back when I was in school.
Can you face this way?
I find that I really struggle with doing like more basic things like scheduling a routine for the day and keeping up with paying my bills on. Oh my god. He like rubbed it in too. Oh my god. Oh no. No.
I'll sing the guy part. I don't care. Like, all those years watching from the window.
So from a very young age, my boundaries in my body was not respected. And so it became really hard for me to respect myself. A lot of this world is built on putting that mask on. Whether or not you're neurodivergent, you know, you may just not feel like your feelings are valid. Your feelings are fucking valid every single time. On a typical Friday night,
And I'm not happy.
making no noise and pretending I don't
I'm
exist.
not
Wow,
happy.
that was so good.
I just feel like I'm trying so hard to push for something that's not going to ever happen.
Zach, thank you for redeeming a random quartz fact. Random quartz fact. I literally didn't think anybody would like care about me coming back streaming because so long had passed, and I was just like,
You got your data. You got your data. You got your data.
this is literally my favorite sound. Baited yourself. I know. What is wrong with me? I love those Splatoon ones so fucking much.
It's okay, my student. I am your young Padawan. Let's move on to this as we say some closing thoughts.
If you haven't told yourself yet today that you are amazing, please do so immediately, because you are. And do anything you put your mind to. Please believe me. Please believe in yourself. Don't let other people tell you you can't do it. It's possible. Work through the roughness, the lack of inspiration. Work through the lack of clients, the lack of money. It's tough, but I promise it'll be worth it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in seeing more, I'm going to be uploading videos at least once a week, but hopefully twice a week. We will get on a consistent schedule hopefully soon. And yeah, if you're interested in seeing more, subscribe. This is me testing and seeing how I sound, look, feel, the whole nine. So I recorded about 5 minutes of the video and I played it back and realized that the audio and the video were out of sync. So bear with me while I will... Doesn't make a difference to you. One thing that I really do get annoyed by though is this. This is why I need to write a script down.